just like, they should be aware some tourists and especially live streamers have been getting a lot of bad attention, mainly because of kick streamers, but then, you cannot really talk kick streamers anymore after behaving like that. It's just very disappointing. And I don't want to try to ride out. I don't want to pretend like I haven't seen anything, because no one really try to mess with cherry blossom. We all know that people who just adore and worships. A lot of people come, it's not just a tree for you. You shouldn't ruin that for others. Everyone knows.
Better not mess with Japanese trees. Hey everyone, quick disclaimer, I'm calling a holiday, so hopefully you guys can forgive my stepdad's gorgeous living room. But anyway, today's video, we're covering the beloved OTK streamer, Mizkif, who has been getting a bit of flack after some controversy, which I think is a bit overblown. Essentially what happened was that he was streaming in Japan with some friends at a park, and they were mucking about over a gorgeous sakura tree where they simply did some monkey flips, and that's it. Yeah, it's gonna be one of those videos where I think the situation is not that insane, but I will be covering another streamer's feelings about this, that being the native Japanese streamer Shibuya Kaho, and she was upset by this, to say the least. Okay, so it all started with this clip right here, where this beautiful account, Netclips, tweeted, Twitch streamer Mizkif is under fire in Japan for doing pull-ups and gymnastic tricks on a cherry blossom tree. Kaho Shibuya chimes in. I'll read a comment, I'll read a statement later, but for now, let me watch this video, this clip, and explain why I don't feel like it's that, that big of a deal. So what do we have? Let me zoom in, full screen. My god, there we go. Oh, can I just say now as well, it blew my mind how fucking ripped Mizkif is. I don't know why, but I always felt like, he's a bit chubby behind the camera, or below the camera. So that's him, that was his friend, with blue face paint on, and that's it really, just doing pull-ups, some monkey trees, the tricks, what the fuck am I saying? That's insane, oh my god. Yeah, very bizarre. But you have to remember as well, this controversy was sparked because people believed he was harming the cherry blossom trees. But once again, this is so bizarre to me for 3 reasons. Number 1, this branch on this tree, it looks durable. Look at this for a second. Look, 3 people, have 10 goes at it, and it doesn't break. It slightly bends, but that's it. Look at that shit, dude. A tiny bend, that's it. And that was enough to cause controversy. Holy shit. And then second of all, people were being like, oh my god, by doing that, you're making the petals fall off. But at the same time, go back a second, go back, and you can see all the petals already on the floor. Not that big of a deal. Isn't the whole point of those trees, is to make beautiful petals to fall on the ground during spring? Isn't the whole point? Whatever. And also, I want to say again, third of all, in my opinion, I haven't been to Japan, but from what I've seen in anime, very cool, is that these trees, they seem to be everywhere in public. If these trees were in a sanctuary and they were very, very valuable, then I would be like, oh, what are they doing? That's a bit disrespectful. But at the same time, they're all over the public, outside, at parks, in the streets. They're not that big of a deal. My point being that, I'm sure there have been a couple of homeless guys that have pissed and shit and came on the trees, because it's that common all over Tokyo, in Japan. I don't feel like they're that special, but I guess that was from yesterday's stream or the day before that, and that caused enough flag that Mizkif himself made an apology the next day on some Twitter. Holy fuck. Which in my opinion is a little bit spineless, to be entirely honest. And he said, "Dear my community, I would like to apologize for my performance at the end of yesterday's stream. I understand that the board might be disappointed in my actions of turning off the stream after getting one guide, but I promise I had a reason." So he deleted, right after, because he was ashamed, but also he admitted that he got one guide by his chat. That's perfect. Also, he's a big streamer. How do you get one guide right now in your career? What the fuck? I drank the My Hero Academia All Might drink, and instead of receiving his quirk, it got rejected in my body, and I threw for about 12 hours. Okay, so his logic was that he drank a bizarre drink, whatever, and his hair of the dog remedy was to do some monkey pull-ups on a tree. Do I buy that? I think realistically, he was having a bit of fun, and he was messing around on a tree that looked strong enough to hold up his weight, and it did, whatever. It didn't break, when he was going on it. I couldn't get out of bed and went to the park to work out with Cole and threw up even more and passed out. Tomorrow in 13 hours, I'll be streaming in I'm not gonna say that name, the thrift store area of Tokyo. Sincerely, Mizkif, CEO. Wait, he's the CEO? Oh yeah, cause fuck, I guess like Asmongold left the company and now he's CEO. I got something like it might have been like Nick and Paul or that Persian guy. I have no idea. But overall, this apology, very bizarre. Also, okay, like he makes an apology, but he doesn't address, like the main points that people are upset about. Him jumping on a sakura tree. Like he says, he was mucking about, but that's it. If you're gonna make an apology, admit that's spineless, but like do it right, at least. Say that you're sorry for the exact reason, People weren't upset that he was throwing up. They were upset, he was jumping on a tree, doing pull-ups. That's it. But that section is completely absent. If you read this first, you will not get, the exact reason why people are mad, which is this clip, which you can't find anymore. But anyways, why did I bring up Shibuya Kaho, the other streamer? Well, for two reasons. Number one, she's somewhat, connected with Mizkif because they collaborated before. And second of all, she saw that video before it was deleted and she was pissed off by it. Well, she made a tweet. Also, for a quick timeline, Mizkif made his apology on April 3rd, and then Shibuya made his tweet just yesterday, April 4th, my god. And this started because she was retweeting a picture of a very nice picture of cherry blossom trees. Very nice. And she said, I saw a video of content creators I've met before doing pull-ups and gymnastic tricks on a sakura tree's branches, inevitably shaking cherry blossom petals off. It just broke my heart to see someone I actually know doing such things in Japan. It's always Mizkif, by the way, Mizkif, for context. It's always been unknown people on social media. Fortunately, the post was gone the next day, so they probably regretted and deleted it. But please, if you want to flex your muscles to show how much testosterone you've got, was that flexing? A 2-year-old could do that on a tree. Go touch your own wood. My god. Leave ephemeral cherry blossoms with flowers living for only 2 weeks alone. My god. But like, I can't lie, this drama just seems so dumb. I'm not from Japan, so I don't really get the importance of sakura trees. But like, once again, they feel very, very common. Like, if some Japanese guy went to like America, to like New York, and he was like stomping on an oak tree at a square park, whatever you call that place, then I wouldn't be upset by it. Because guess what? They're fucking everywhere. They're common as shit. I don't care that much. So that was a statement. She's getting, quite a bit of backup. And then also, furthermore, she talked about it on stream, giving the exact same sentiment. Oh, that's what, she compared Mizkif to random glup shit kick streamers who will do anything for, a couple of views in Japan. I don't think that's a fair comparison, because what started this was just, him doing 2 pull-ups. Oh, that's what, I think he was getting flack for this, but like, bear in mind, in this clip at least, he was doing, 2 times. That's it. Give him some shit, for like enabling his friends to do it, but like, on his side, he only did it twice. Not that big of a deal, once again, in my mind. But anyways, let me play the clip real quick and then, hear her thoughts on this. But like, once again, I probably won't agree with her because like, this is way overblown. Also as well, because I'm recording on a shitty fucking MacBook, I can't record the audio. So forgive me, for pulling the mic towards the screen so I can get the audio. This is guerrilla recording at its finest.
It's like, they should be aware, but some tourists, and especially live streamers, have been getting a lot of bad attention, mainly because of kick streamers, but then, you cannot really talk shit about kick streamers anymore after behaving like that. It's very disappointing.
I'm guessing Mizkif before was giving some shit to kick streamers, deservedly so, but now she's trying to make the point that he's a hypocrite because he did some bad shit as well. Okay, that's what, I'm not sure if it was under this tweet or somewhere else, but people were comparing Mizkif to fucking John Somali. That's ridiculous. They were nowhere near comparable. John Somali built his fucking ass, built his career off, doing insane shit in Japan. Mizkif, he did 2 pull-ups on a tree, and now he's that bad with John Somali. That's fucking insane. No, I don't agree at all. That's insane. Holy fuck.
And I don't want to turn it right out. I don't want to pretend like I haven't seen anything. In America, it's legal to damage some of our special species of trees. Yeah.
That's insane. I'm sorry. In America, it's legal to damage a tree. Holy fuck. Bro, okay, that's not her statement. I think she was reading like a chatter's comment. But that's fucking insane. in America, because it's a shithole with Trump and tariffs, you can hurt a tree and you won't get flack. Okay, what about that clip? Also, like, it's like that fucking meme, you know, place boring, place, comma, Japan, Sugoi, awesome. But also, for like the 11th fucking time in this video, what about this clip was so bad? Like, if Mizkif, you know, broke the brand, sorry, and then, you know, it was really broken, I would get the hate. But look at it. It looks durable. I'm so like, I can't watch this clip and lie to myself and be like, oh my god, he really hurt that poor tree. It looks fine. I'm sorry. Holy shit. But you finish up the clip. One more couple of 20 seconds.
I don't know about the rules in Japan. Because no one really try to mess with cherry blossom. People, we all know like people or just adore and worships. A lot of people come, it's not just a tree for you. You shouldn't ruin that for others. Everyone knows.
I'm sorry, but like the idea of ruining a tree by doing a couple of push-ups, that's insane to me. And once again, I promise you, in the mega city of Tokyo, you could find a couple of homeless guys pissing and shitting and coming on a tree. I promise you, it's very common. Like, I know, like, you know, I sound like an actual hypocrite or an actual dumbass, because I've never been to Japan, but using logic, yeah, I don't find that implausible that those trees get desecrated a couple of times. Holy shit. Alright, so there's the whole story. But to give my thoughts on this one more time, overall, again, I feel like it's not that serious. I do feel like a scumbag, you know, for saying this, because I'm not Japanese, nor do I really feel like the importance of a sacred tree, not that much. But like, it's just one of those things where, you know, it's very common, while also being very protected for some reason. Like, I'm sorry, you know, it's just a tree, once again. And even with that said, I think Mizkif messed up. Now with what he did, you know, with the pull-ups, but with that apology, because, you know, he should have had, in that moment, a bit of backbone, honestly. Like, to be frank, 100%, I think he would have caught less flack if he ignored it for a week and let it die down. That's my opinion, you know, take that to the bank and cash it in if you want.